Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. When morning light touched the snowy peaks, Lena woke up in a hayloft. The sweet smell of horses all around her. The red scarf clutched in her hand was warm. Outside, a rooster crowed, announcing a new day. Lena knew she couldn't stay here. Not only did she have to find Sophia, but this farm could be targeted next. Slipping out unnoticed, she took a deep breath of frosty air. Before her lay a vast field covered in snow. In the distance, the tall fence marking enemy territory glistened like a wall of ice. Beyond it, rumors spoke of camps and danger. Lena hugged the scarf closer. Even if she found Sophia, how could a 14-year-old girl protect her? Maybe there was someone else. Maybe she would find soldiers or leaders. But first she needed food. Peeking over a hay bale, Lena spotted a farmhouse. A trail of smoke rising from its chimney meant warmth, and maybe some answers. She crept closer, treading carefully over the frozen ground. Tapping on the window, a woman opened it, her face etched with worry. Lena signed, pretending to be deaf, miming hunger and thirst. The woman nodded, understanding dawning on her face. She beckoned Lena inside. Sitting by the fire, sipping hot milk, Lena watched the woman kneading dough. War was never far from their thoughts. They spoke with signs, a language born of necessity and hope. The woman's name was Anya. Through gestures and drawings, Lena learned about the resistance. Secret meetings, hiding food and helping refugees. After a while, the woman's son returned from the fields, his cheeks rosy from the cold. He kept glancing at Lena, his gaze gentle. Lena noticed a red scarf hanging by the door. It was similar to the one around her neck, except this one was brighter. Back in the city, a search party led by 2 determined men combed through the rubble. They were looking for something or someone. Their footsteps echoed in the vast emptiness. Deep in the night, Lena slipped away, taking the bright red scarf with her. It brought back memories of Sophia, laughter, and warmth. Guided by the starlight, she headed towards a distant hill, the supposed meeting place for refugees and resistance members. Each step was a gamble, each shadow a threat. The silence was broken only by the crunch of snow under her boots. Reaching the hill, Lena found no one. The red scarf brushed against her leg, whispering tales of hope and longing. She remembered her parents' stories about the hilltop, about how it was a place to meet and share news in the old times. She sat down on a snow-covered stone and waited, hugging her knees. Soon, the faint sound of singing reached her ears. It was soft yet steady, carried on the winter wind. Lena recognized the tune. It was a song her mother used to hum when they were happy. Lena stood up, wiping the sleep from her eyes. The singing seemed closer now. Emerging from behind a cluster of dark trees, 3 women carrying lanterns stepped into the clearing. Their faces, that were lined with worry, broke into smiles when they saw Lena. They approached her, their voices hushed but welcoming. One of them, a woman with eyes as deep as the winter sky, asked Lena her name and age. Lena answered truthfully, holding out the red scarf, its warmth spreading through her body. The woman's eyes softened. She understood. Together, the women helped Lena tie her scarf tighter around her shoulders. "We will take care of you," the oldest one said, her voice raspy but kind. The younger woman reached out, offering a piece of bread wrapped in cloth. "Eat," she urged gently. Lena did as she was told, savoring the taste of community and belonging. After a while, They started moving. Lena followed, walking between the two women who kept glancing at her with quiet concern. They stopped near a thicket of bared trees. "What's this place?" Lena asked, her breath forming white clouds in the freezing air. "Here," the youngest woman replied, pointing to a hole dug in the snow. "We hide. We wait for the right moment to move." Lena crawled into the hole, curling up beside two sleeping bags. The others did the same, pulling their scarves tight against the cold. Lena huddled close, listening to the soft breathing of the women around her. The warmth of their bodies mingled with the comforting feel of the red scarf brought a sense of safety. In the morning, the leader of the group woke up. Lena watched as she untied her scarf, revealing a bandage beneath. Lena gasped, realizing that the scarf was covering a wound. The woman caught her eye and smiled sadly. "It's just a scratch," she said, tying the scarf back in place. "I fell while gathering food yesterday. These woods are our home now. We gather berries and nuts during the day, but we must be careful. Enemy patrols pass often." Lena looked around, realizing that their hiding spot was no longer safe. The red scarf brushed against her arm, a silent promise. She would find Sophia. Lena, the youngest member of the group, volunteered to scout ahead. The other women agreed, trusting Lena's quick feet and curious nature. Before she left, the eldest gave Lena an apple and a chunk of cheese wrapped in leaves. "Take care!" she said, her voice filled with unspoken worry. As Lena disappeared into the trees, the second woman sighed. "This war has taken so much from us. May God protect her," she murmured. Deep in the woods, Lena pressed on, her small frame weaving effortlessly through trees. The stolen food kept her energy high, and the promise of adventure made her brave. She spotted a deer, its brown eyes wide with surprise. Lena froze, admiring the creature's grace. She remembered a time when the forest was full of such wonders. The sound of distant voices startled her. Lena peeked around a tree and saw a group of enemy soldiers marching past. Their harsh voices carried through the silent woods. Clutching her scarf tightly, Lena waited until they were out of sight. She touched the rough bark of a tree, its strength grounding her. She would find her sister. As days turned into nights, Lena and the women moved from tree to tree. Lena, with her youthful agility, explored first, reporting back to the women about their... They talked in hushed voices about the future, about the hope of a day when they could return home. They shared stories of their families, keeping their memories alive. One evening, Lena sat by a crackling fire, listening intently as the women spoke of a secret network that helped people cross enemy lines. The plan was risky, but it offered a chance to reunite Lena with her family. Lena nodded, her determination growing. If her sister needed her, she wouldn't hesitate. Lena walked through tall grasses, her red scarf brushing against her leg. The wind carried the scent of wildflowers and the distant sounds of birds. Reaching the edge of the forest, she paused, taking a deep breath. Before her lay an open field leading to the enemy outposts. She knew this was her chance. Taking a big breath, Lena raced across the field. She dodged fallen branches and jumped over bushes, the red scarf fluttering in the wind. As she neared the fence, bullets whizzed past her ears. She dived to the ground, pressing her body against the cold earth, staying perfectly still. She waited for the gunshots to fade away. Slowly, she sat up, her heart pounding in her chest. She untied her scarf, dabbing sweat from her forehead. Once she was sure the coast was clear, she pushed aside the branches and slipped through. She emerged into a clearing on the other side, collapsing onto the soft grass. She was free. In the distance, Lena saw a group of people waving. She recognized them. They were the search party from the city. Relief washed over her, tears welling up in her eyes. The men rushed towards her, their faces filled with joy. One of them, a man with kind eyes, knelt down, offering her a warm blanket. "Are you all right?" he asked gently. Lena nodded, unable to speak, her throat tight with emotion. Another man, his face lined with worry, looked at the red scarf around her neck. "Where did you get this?" he asked softly. Lena hesitated, remembering her sister's parting words. "Find Sophia," she whispered finally. The man's face fell, understanding dawning on him. "We've been looking for you," he said quietly. On the other side of the fence, Lena waved goodbye, her scarf fluttering in the wind. The men returned her smile, their faces etched with relief. Lena turned and walked away, her steps lighter, her heart brimming with hope. She was alone, but she wasn't lost. The red scarf, a symbol of courage and hope, was all she needed. And that is the end of the episode. Please like the video. See you in the next episode.